Hello everyone, Artemu the Violet Wizard here, and today we are continuing Chrono Trigger. Last time we cleared up a couple more of the endgame quests that we had available to us, managing to help out Frog as well as Princess Nadia with their own personal missions. And today we just got a little bit left before we can get started on the final dungeon of this game. Yeah, depending on how things go, we should be challenging the Black Omen, which is indeed the final area of the game. So I'm currently not sure if we're going to be able to finish the game in this session, but we'll just see how things go. This could be a short one, this could be a long one. I'm not entirely sure. However, we are back over by Melchior's cabin because there's something we obtained in the last session that we want to take advantage of. And that was the rainbow shard we got from the rainbow shell after we were successful in stopping Yakra's plot. So we are going to be heading off to find Melchior, and he is not here. Okay, I think I might know where he actually is. This was not exactly telegraphed to me very well. Yeah, we can just completely avoid the forest and head back to the Guardia Castle. And we just needed to go, I believe we need to head back to where the rainbow shell is resting. It's been a while since I played this part of the game, so you'll have to forgive me if not everything clicks into place. There you are. The properties of this material are quite unique. I can craft armor from it that will dampen the effects of magical attacks. I can make you one highly effective prismatic dress, or I could make 3 less effective prismatic helms. Which would you prefer? So we have a choice between 1 defensive piece of equipment or 3 defensive pieces of equipment. So obviously one of them is going to be a bit better than the others, but what are we thinking here? Considering what we got coming up with us heading into the final area, yeah, this is a bit of an odd choice for us. You know, since it's special, we're gonna go for the 1 prismatic dress. Just give a lot of good power to 1 person. The prismatic dress? Are you certain? Only women will be able to equip it. Yes. Very well, wait right there. My work is complete. Obtained the prismatic dress. Ah, sunstone. That should do quite nicely. So we can also give the Sunstone to Melchior, and my work is complete. We obtained Prism Spectacles. Don't think that's the last of my bag of tricks. These arms have some use left in them yet. So all the quests we have been doing have been leading us to get some pretty good gear. My work is complete. Obtained Rainbow. I finally feel like I'm doing something worthwhile. So, because we saved Melchior in the time of antiquity, does that mean that Melchior now remembers what we did for him in the past? I don't know, time travel's kinda weird. Like, we first met Melchior after he got banished to our era, but then we ended up meeting him in the past, which is where the first time that he actually met us, and it's very confusing. So yeah, the new gear that we have obtained. One of those we cannot do with this guy. So the prismatic dress. This is basically the best piece of defensive equipment you can give to the ladies. upping their defenses by quite a lot, and reduces magic damage by 1/3. This could definitely be very useful in some of the fights we have coming up. And since we're going to be using Ayla for quite a bit in this session, we're going to have you wear that for the time being. I might switch that around to other characters later on. Just because of how things are going to go, we're probably going to max out all of our techs in this session. So hopefully we'll have a lot of good opportunities to actually get to use our gear. But yeah, for the other stuff we were able to obtain from Melchior there, the Prism Spectacles greatly boost damage. So it's basically a better version than the sunglasses. I don't quite know who to give that to. I mean, I guess I can give that to Chrono, considering he's our main hero. And then the final thing we got from that quest line is something from Misty, but it's not here. Or is it? No! Okay, with its name being Rainbow, I thought it would be a weapon for her. But instead, it's a weapon for Crono. Even stronger than the Suzaku we got. Very high power and a 70% critical hit rate. Suzaku definitely has its usefulness, as that makes critical hits even more powerful. But yeah, we're gonna go for the Rainbow. Just the raw damage of this thing is gonna be incredible. But yeah, that is most of what we were able to get from completing all of these quests we have been doing. And I am quite happy with how things have been in that department. Oh man, we managed to get so much done, and we still have a bit to do before we are truly ending this. But for now, let's just rest up at Poor, and then we'll be ready to get started on the next bit of questing we have to do. So this is the party we're going to be using for a little while, since they are the only characters we have to get text from. And there is one final bit of unfinished business we have across time before we take on the Black Omen. And for that, we're going to need to go to the Middle Ages. Now, I believe that this quest becomes available to you after you manage to visit the realm of antiquity. I honestly forget when the opening of this particular quest line starts, but it's around that point where you're finally able to do this. But yeah, we want to return to Fiona's villa. My husband Marco is finally home from the war. Oh, I'm so relieved. Worry not, my love. We won't be parted again. So because of the war against Magus, Fiona and her husband Marco were apart. Anything I plant dies before it even has a chance to grow. It's the work of monsters lurking out in that desert somewhere. This young tree is one that's been cultivated throughout the ages, mysteriously resilient, that could surely restore this desert into a verdant land. But I daren't plant so small a sapling out there now, not with all the monsters nesting in that cave. So we're gonna need to do something about that. Also, this plant that Fiona has been caring for is the very same sapling that that one girl in antiquity was raising, and who we told not to burn it. The monsters in the desert cave fear water. They seem vulnerable to it. But the greatest of them, water or no, I cannot hope to slay that beast on my own. So we got ourselves a pretty big fight that we gotta do over here. So this questline has been set up for a good chunk of the game, and it's only now we are getting a chance to go and do that. I want to make sure we have the full party before we get started on this quest, for a very specific reason. So we head into the sunken desert. We got ourselves quite a few foes around here we gotta deal with. So we hear the enemies around here do not like water damage. So if we were to have a character cast magic like ice, that should be able to handle a good chunk of them. Water hardened sand defense reduced. So using water magic against some of the enemies around here will decrease their defense, allowing our characters to have an easier chance fighting them. Robbie learned Electrocute, and we get level ups on everyone else. And Electrocute is the final tech that Robbie can learn. Zaps all enemies with electricity. Honestly, quite good. So we are officially done everything we need to worry about with Robbie. So that's very nice. So at this portion of the game, definitely thinking we'll bring Chrono back into the party. We haven't been using him for quite a while just because I want to focus on characters who still need to get their techs. But now is a good time to bring our main man back into the party. And we definitely need to give you a new vest, like my god. So I guess the ruby armor should be the best thing we can give you at the moment. And yeah, we'll keep the prism spectacles on you. But yeah, I'm definitely pretty confident that this party will do well in this area. So of course we got this big desert area full of enemies that we gotta deal with. Make sure you strike at them using water magic before you actually go on the offensive. So either Marl, Frog, and Magus are very useful in this area. As long as you manage to bring at least one of them in here, you shouldn't have much trouble against these guys. Got a Lapis for beating those crew. So I believe the stairs over there will take you out of this place. We shouldn't have to worry about that. Let's just blast all these guys away. Thankfully, I have an accessory on Janus that will reduce the amount of MP he uses from his magic, since we're obviously going to be using him a lot in this area. So the name of the game here is just exploring the desert cavern and just taking care of all the enemies we can find around here. So what is something else that we can... Just give me a second while this reconnects. Okay, that looks good. Just give me a second here. Just want to check on something. Okay, the stream should be fine. So, we should be good to keep going. Man, that is really weird. It's like I haven't had too many problems with streaming over the last couple of... Really? I haven't had too many problems over the last couple of streams, but sometimes bad things just happen, you know, and there's not much you can do about that. But yeah, there definitely been a lot of announcements pretty recently, especially with regards to some of the things that Disney is going to put out pretty soon. And quite a few of those announcements I'm actually quite excited for. Like, we got a extended trailer for what we can expect to see in Kingdom Hearts 4, which I am very happy about as a... I wouldn't say a big Kingdom Hearts fan, but I do quite like the series. And it's just very cool what they have shown off with that game. Like, we're gonna get a chance to visit a world based on the movie Coco, which is very thematically appropriate to Kingdom Hearts. I will say that much. And some of the other developments are pretty interesting. Like, we have segments where you can play as Mickey, you can play as Donald and Goofy, where they are separated from Sora for plot reasons. I just think all of that is really cool. So I'm very happy about that. So we got Another Aeonian suit. We shouldn't have to worry about that. Alright, Chrono, you could definitely use some heals here. So also make sure to buy plenty of healing items before the start of this session, because I knew that we are going to be needing an extensive amount of items since we're going to be going into the final dungeon. So we should be good for what we can expect to see going forward. But yeah, very excited for what they showed off with Kingdom Hearts 4. So I still have only played the first Kingdom Hearts game and Chain of Memories. I definitely want to change that sometime in the future, because I have said that I am a fan of this series, and it'd be very nice to get to experience more of it. Ground Shake! So over here, we got ourselves a big enemy. Gonna want to be careful. Melfix. So he's the one draining the life from this land. Bone, move under sand. Hard sea. So apparently, Magus knows what this creature is. If that thing bumps into us, I'm pretty sure that will trigger the battle. So I just want to go through here, grab as many items as we can. Ooh, memory cap, that's good. High Ether. And then over here is a muscle ring. Definitely a lot of nice prizes we're able to get. Just want to run into this thing. So we got ourselves a monster that is very similar to Zombor, who we encountered way earlier in our adventure. So this guy will absorb energy from its core, so we're gonna need to take that thing out first, it seems. So what you want to do is strike the beast with water in order to lower its defenses, and then strike. We're able to take out its core, so this thing should be a lot easier to deal with now. So yeah, the name of the game here is use your spellcasters to use water magic to soften it up, and then have your remaining characters deal with it here. I'm not really feeling a dual tech, so we'll have Chrono, and you just go for physical blows. Yeah, we shouldn't have to worry too much about this thing. But yeah, Melfix. The way that Janice calls this thing by name, and the fact that it's devastating the areas around... Just the way that it's been devastating the region around here definitely seems to imply that this thing was a creation of Magus's, since it obviously has the similar appearance as Zombor. So the implication is this thing was a fiend creation in order to combat the forces of Guardia. It's definitely a pretty interesting foe we got here that definitely ties the different storylines we've been having all throughout the chapter of... Oh boy, you're getting low, so let's give you a kiss, and then you go for Frenzy. This guy does hit pretty hard, but you should be good at this point. We got a pretty formidable team. We should be able to make marrow out of this thing. There we go. We destroyed all of Melfisic's segments. And... Bad Bone Smash! Fiona happy! So now we dealt with the beast responsible for devastating this area's ecology, so we should be good to head back up to the surface. Ooh, there's a hidden item over here. We get a strength capsule. So I'm pretty sure there's nothing else we need to worry about. So yeah, now we've taken care of that. So how about we go check on Fiona? Thank you for dealing with those foul creatures. Now I can set to work replanting again. Alas, I fear it will take ages to plant enough trees to reforest this land. If only there was someone who could toil for centuries on end, then these wastes could truly be made green again. So we're gonna need someone who's able to survive hundreds of years doing manual labor. Who do we know who would be good at doing that? Alright, so, for this part, we're gonna need to bring Robbie back into the party. Also, be sure to grab anything in the sunken desert. Otherwise, you're gonna miss out on all that good stuff. Thank you for dealing with those foul creatures. If only there was someone who could toil for centuries on end. What do you think? I could remain here and assist Madame Fiona, and you could come to retrieve me here once my work was complete? Is that all right? May I stay behind and help? Sure thing. So in doing that, Robbie is now removed from our party, and he'll just be toiling away here in the Middle Ages. It's like, I love how he has his own little tractor form which he can use in order to just till the environment around here. But yep, it is the duty of our friend Robbie now to tend to this area and hopefully reforest it. Now, if we return to the time machine and go to the present, look at that. This whole area used to be covered in a desert when we were originally here. But thanks to our efforts, it has now been changed to a verdant forest. And we now have a shrine here where there once was nothing but sand. So I would recommend saving before going any farther for reasons that will become very apparent. Yeah, we could give you the Zodiac Cape. Not really planning on using Misty anytime soon, but it's nice to have you around. Let's bring Chrono back in. Let's head into the shrine. This is Fiona's shrine. Here we give thanks to Fiona and Robbie for reviving the forest scorched in the war against Janus 400 years ago. The remains of the venerable Robbie are enshrined in the inner sanctum. My hats are woven from twigs rich with the mystical energies of the forest. Oh, so we got ourselves a chance to buy new equipment over here. So this is very expensive stuff, but very well worth it. Vigilance Cap prevents status ailments, which could be very useful in the coming fights ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and buy 2 of them. And at this point, we can go ahead and get rid of some of our equipment we're not going to need so we can buy more. We're not going to need the Yaksha Blade. And, I mean, Swallow does have its usefulness, so we'll keep that. Those weapons are pretty fine. We can sell that, and yeah, the Gigaton arm isn't going to be useful to us. We don't need the Brave Sword, and pretty much all of the scythes we can part with. And Suzaku, sure, we'll keep that. There is no more need for most of our helmets at this point, since we have stuff that is clearly superior to it. And we'll keep some of the special hats. And then everything else should be fine. Sure, you don't need that. Alright. So now we're taking care of that, we can buy a few more of these. So we bought 2, so we could probably buy 3 more. Alright, let's get ourselves equipped. So yeah, this is going to be a much-needed upgrade for the party. Being able to just resist all status ailments, that's going to be incredibly useful to us in the final fights ahead. And, of course, we'll give one to Robbie in a bit. Though, we're not going to be able to have him until after we are done this quest. But, you know, it's good that we at least have these items, you know? Oh yeah, he's currently not in the party, so we can go ahead and buy another one for when he comes back. And that should do it. So we pretty much got ourselves equipped with most of what we're going to need for the final fights ahead. Very nice. I'm just gonna quickly save before we get started on this next part, because, oh boy, it's gonna be a good one. So we headed to the end of the shrine. We can see what remains of Robbie after his 400 years of toil. Don't worry, buddy. We'll get you fixed back up. Systems reactivated. Where am I? Oh. Hayden, how nice to finally see you again. Only a few moments may have passed for you, but I have been waiting for 400 years. However, my efforts were worthwhile. The forest is restored. Now, shall we celebrate our 400-year reunion? I realized something during these past 400 years. I believe we may have been incorrect in our assumption that Lavos was responsible for the creation of the gates. What do you mean? It is not a certainty, but I have come to believe it possible that some entity wished for us to witness these events. Perhaps it wanted us to see all these various ages. Alternatively, it may have wished to see them for itself. It seems almost as though it was reflecting on the days of its past. Ayla no. Person die, see life pass by, elders say. Before death claims a man, he is made to bear witness a second time to those memories engraved most deeply upon his heart. There may be fond memories among them, yes, but often as not, the ones which grieve us is the most profound. Knowing the end is approaching likely reactivates dormant feelings of regret and desire to return to moments in the past. Do you suppose that will happen when our time comes? Probably. Who knows? Is there a point in time you want to return to, Luca? No, not really. I'm sorry, I probably shouldn't have asked. No, it's okay. It's just something I don't like to think about too much. But even if Lavos did not open the gates, his fate is clearly bound to that of the one who did. Lavos has played a role in every age we've seen. Who do you think it is? It is unknown to me whose memories these are. It is likely an entity greater than any of us. Perhaps we will not know until our journey has come to an end. Shall we turn in for the night? This is one of my favorite scenes in the entire game. Just seeing the full party here together. It's just truly a magical moment. Also, it is pretty nice to have Janice here with us here, considering we made the choice to spare him all that time ago. While everyone is resting, seems like Luca has something she wants to take care of. What's this? June 24th, 990. Dad promised to go hiking with me, but he blew me off again because of his research. I don't get it, but whatever. Who cares about stupid science anyway? Girls don't need to know about that stuff. So we are 10 years in the past from when we left the Millennial Fair. What is this thing anyway? Taban said to keep away from it, but it's so dusty. Surely it wouldn't hurt just to tidy up a little. Dear me! My skirt! I'm stuck! Luca! Luca! Help! I can't pull it out! Oh no! Luca! Enter the password! Stop the machine! But I don't know it, Mom! Got ourselves a timer here. Luca's mother is in danger. The password to shut down the device, the name of my one true love. Use it in an emergency. Enter the password. L A R A. Mommy! Thank goodness! Luca! Oh, Luca! June 24th. Oh yeah, that was what we got before. And over here, July 2nd. That was close. I think I better study a little more about machines in case anything like that ever happens again. So we were sent back to the moment that Luca's mother first got paralyzed after her legs got caught in one of the machines that Tobin had built. But because of our interference, we were able to prevent that accident from happening. So if you do not input the password before it happens, then there is no going back after that. And Laura will endure the same pain she did all that go. But we were able to stop it. We managed to change the fate of another soul. Hey, Robbie. That was always weighing on your mind, was it not, Luca? You are always thinking of others. I have a present for you. It is a piece of amber I created using sap from the trees in this forest. It required 400 years and a great deal of pressurization to make. I hope you will find it useful. Obtained Green Dream. Robbie, you're so sweet. Thank you. And that is the end of the Fiona questline. Definitely went in a direction I don't think many people expected back in the day, but oh boy, is that moment something. So the item we got from that, the Green Dream, automatically revives the wearer if they're KO'd at least once in a battle. Could be very useful under some circumstances. However, that's not the only thing we want to see. If we return to Luca's home and go find Laura, because we changed her fate, she can now walk. What a beautiful day! I think I'll go for a walk once I finish the housework. God, it just it feels so good managing to set things right here and give this woman a second chance. I definitely consider myself somewhat of a mama's boy, but yeah, these moments just really hit me hard. And that's basically everything I wanted to take care of before we head to the final challenge of the game. Managed to clear up all of the quests that we were assigned to. And if we were to return to the end of time, how about we go speak with the old man and see what he has to say? Hey, Gaspar. So we managed to complete all of the various missions that we would be able to go on, thanks to the guidance of Gaspar and our allies. And before we head off to the final area of the game, I just wanted to quickly check on something that could be good for us. Yeah, that's certainly real good for you. And just thinking about what I want for this specific part. I do want to change up our team a bit. So we bring in Misty. And then I want to give you the prismatic dress, since that will reduce your damage that you take from magic. And let's give you either speed belt or speed ring would be good. We'll give you the speed ring, because I am thinking about what I want for this specific part. It's based on what this guy can do to us. Yeah, let's equip the white plate to Luca. Because there is another piece of unfinished business we have, and that is with the Master of War Specchio. So once you're past level 40, he takes on this form. So now he resembles Masa and Mune's combined form. He is now in his final stage.
Hey, punkhead, where you been? What do you want? You looking for some practice?
Let's try one more fight with Specchio.
All right.
So however this fight goes, this is going to be our final battle with Specchio. He's got himself a ton of ways he's able to damage you, holy crap! You need to be extremely careful here, otherwise he will just wipe you out. We got plenty of ways to reduce our damage against this guy, but we can only try our best here. He's got many different ways he can attack us, and some of his skills are particularly nasty. Alright, Marl, you heal yourself, and then basically want to use all of our best magic against this guy. So, Luminaire, our Flare, just anything that's able to do massive damage against him. Go all out. And don't be conservative with your healing. Keep your party healthy Otherwise, you're gonna get wrecked. Alright, there comes some water damage. Ooh, that hits hard. Alright, you're gonna take out Luca. Or not. Alright, hopefully we can use an item on Luca before she gets taken out. Okay, we were able to save ourselves. That's good. Alright, what do we got here? Alright, just going for lightning damage. Thankfully, we're able to absorb that one. Let's go Ice 2, Luminaire. See, I really do not want to take this guy lightly. He hurts a lot if you're not prepared for him. Oh, there it is. That is an instant death attack that he's able to cast on you. Really, really nasty. Oh god, and he just killed Chrono. I think we're done here. There is no way I can revive someone in time and then heal them. Yep, here comes the damage. Pretty sure we're screwed. Yep, that's it.
I win.
Yeah, that's about what I expected. Specchio in his final form is a very formidable opponent. I'm not expecting you to beat this guy unless you really, really grind. We had basically the best equipment we had, and it still wasn't enough to take him out. He's just that strong. So yeah, we're not going to worry about fighting Specchio in order to close off this series. I just wanted to show off that you are able to fight him at his best at this point. But clearly, it wasn't good enough for us. Okay, you can put Taban's suit back on. And I'm actually going to switch your equipment, because I'm going to be having Ayla in this next portion of the game we're going to. Also, Robbie. Yep, everyone should have all their equipment, so we're good. Although, I wonder if I should have the Moonbeam armor on Chrono. So we're probably going to be using Chrono for a good portion of the next session here. Alright, that is 85 defense. Yeah, that is much better. Okay, we're going to swap around your equipment so that you have the Moonbeam armor. My basic goal here is to try to make Chrono our strongest fighter here. And yeah, that should be good. Everyone else is going to be looking good. Oh yeah, we can give you the ruby armor for now. And let's prepare our final party here. At least for what we're going to be doing in the final dungeon. Because, yeah, I would like to try and use as many combinations of characters as we can going forward. But we also need to learn Ayla as well as Janice's final techs. So we're going to be mostly focusing on these two for the time being. They are pretty close to getting their final skills, so hopefully we'll have that available to us. Wow, just look at all the skills that Chrono's able to do with everyone here. That's so good. I mean, it makes sense since he's the main character. So obviously, he would get the most chances to be able to fight with everyone. So, the final chapter of the game lies before us. We now have one goal in mind, and that is to stop Lavos. You can challenge him right now by using the bucket, or you could board the Epic and use that to go to 1999 AD. And since we managed to get the Epic upgraded thanks to Dalton, this unlocks an opportunity where you could skip an entire phase of the final fight against Lavos and move on to the later stages. I'm not going to be doing that here, but that is an option for you. But there is one more thing that we are able to do before the final battle. And we are going to be heading back to our time. Just because it seems the most appropriate, you know? We started this adventure in the year 1000, and this is where it's gonna end. The Black Omen awaits. Our final challenge lies within. So once you board, you have an opportunity to jump back down to the Epic from here. Otherwise, you go forward. Got ourselves some security drones to deal with over here. And it seems like they're just gonna self-destruct each other. Sure, why not? Alright. Ayla and Chrono will just blast them all using that technique. It's actually really good because it can strike a whole bunch of enemies within a single horizontal plane. Very nice. Level up on Ayla. And now, the path is open. Look who it is. Fools! Have you not learned your lesson? We are made immortal. We shall live forever with Lavos, who feasts upon this planet from within. Now he rests and gathers strength. But in a mere 999 years, he will emerge to rain destruction upon the earth and crown himself its king. The Black Omen is the path which leads to Lavos. It is the conduit through which our limitless power flows. As long as the almighty Lavos reigns, your dreams are all for naught. Oh boy. Sacrifice yourself to Lavos and fulfill the only purpose left to you. So got ourselves another one of these things to deal with here. So this big beastie. So we definitely got quite a few targets over here to deal with. We got an upper body and a lower body to deal with for this creature. And I faintly recall these things being a little tricky. This is not the only time we're going to be facing these creatures. And one of them in particular gave me a lot of trouble. Shouldn't have to worry too much about that. These mutants are able to inflict status ailments on you, so be sure to have equipment that gives you resistance, and you should be good. We have just bash away at all of its segments and try to take it out. This one is fairly straightforward, so we shouldn't have too much trouble against it. Wow, that one did some pretty good damage. Let's give Janus a kiss. I mean, after all these years, he could use one. Let's be real. Alright, let's do Drill Kick. We just got one more segment to deal with, so we should be pretty good here. But yeah, definitely a freakish monster. Compared to everything else we've encountered, its design is just so alien. We're definitely in the big leagues here. Level up on Janus. So we dealt with the first of many foes here within the Black Omen. And look at these guys. got some familiar faces from when we were back in... what do I want to... You know what? Let's try to use... No, we can't do that unless the enemy is close to us. So we saw these enemies back when we were at the castle in Guardia. So you want to strike them when they get out from behind their shield. That is what you want to do against these guys. Let's go for a cleave. They're honestly not that bad. Just need to strike them when they lower their guard, and you're good. It's got a doorway over there, and... Okay, that looks like the end of the road. We have plenty of items to help us out here, so be sure to use them. This is the final area of the game, so there isn't that much of a need to conserve your items. Over here, so we got these mechanical foes to deal with. Should be fine, just blast them with whatever you got. They're very similar to the turrets that we saw on the Blackbird. And yep, there's not much to them. Oh boy, now we got these guys. They're very striking compared to everything else we've encountered in this adventure. Let's go for a Black Mist, and... it's a shame they're not aligned for that. Okay, those guys actually are immune to dark magic. Never mind. So yeah, these guys have the ability to cut your HP in half, which can be quite... Oh, are these guys just immune to magic in general? That's not very good. That is not good at all. So yeah, it seems like physical skills are the way to go. Otherwise, they're going to be nasty to deal with. Let's go with Frenzy. So probably just have Janus use his regular attack against these guys, and then... Ayla, you can cat attack. So yeah, we're definitely dealing with some pretty high-tier enemies compared to what we've been facing so far in our adventure, which is to be expected at this point after everything that we have been through. And as we heard when we encountered Queen Zeal, she indeed managed to succeed in getting the immortality she desired. But now has just been completely... just become completely taken over by Lavos, where she only desires, you know... It's an interesting circumstance here. Those guys are able to cast Stop, but we shouldn't have to worry about that. Okay, you know what, let's go for Dino Tail. We haven't used this skill pretty recently. Yeah, just bring a big old dinosaur on board the ship, whatever. Okay, it's you. Not too worried about spamming Luminaire unless we're going up against a really big foe. So just go Lightning 2. It's got these mechanical drones here, and... oh, they're counting down. That's not good. Probably want to take them out as quickly as we can. Otherwise, they could do a lot to us. There we go. Not too bad. And over here, got ourselves a save point. Be sure to use your shelters when you can. This is going to be a big area to go through, and you want to make sure you're prepared. Alright, let's press onward. Oh boy, getting some very Ocean Palace architecture over here. Alright, this area. So what I'd like to do against these enemies is use Charm against them. Because if we do that, we can get some really good items. So the wall panels, if you use Charm, they give you capsules. This is basically the best way in order to increase your character's stats. Just use Charm on the panels and you're able to get capsules to level your character's stats up as much as you want. It's so freaking useful. And I want to thank Chugga Conroy for telling me about this, because, oh man, is this such a good exploit. I love this. Level up on Chrono. And we dealt with those panels. And another neat quality about these enemies... So, you know how the Black Omen is present in multiple areas throughout time? So yeah, you can actually visit the Black Omen from those different eras in order to just get a ton of capsules from them. It's very, very nice indeed. So yeah, what we're going to be doing here is have Ayla use Charm on these guys. And then we can just easily take them out and get all their goodies. This is so good. I think you also have a very high chance of charming them too, which is, oh, so good. So we're gonna have very little trouble getting the good stuff from them. And while we're just doing this fight, something else I wanted to mention based on the announcements from Disney pretty recently. Like, obviously I have my gripes with Disney about what a lot of policies they do behind the scenes and whatnot, but... Oh, that actually failed. Oops. So we didn't get that capsule. But some of the things that they do announce are pretty nice. And by being that, Ayla has learned Triple Kick, which is her final tech. So you can definitely expect that to be a good one. It's basically like Chrono's Frenzy, where you attack an enemy multiple times. So that's very good. Let's give this speed capsule to Ayla. Definitely want to see if we can use that in the next fight we do. Ooh. So we got this thing. It's using the same sprite as the Son of Sun, and it casts Omni Lock, so we're not able to get our physical skills out on the... I mean, we can't really use too much against this thing. But yeah, if you want to strike at the Nomads first, I believe, this guy's gonna do a ton of damage, so you gotta be careful. But now that the Nomads have been destroyed, we just focus on the main Watcher. There we go. That wasn't too bad, all things considered. But it gets us a lot of TP when you kill that. And Janice learns Dark Matter. So that is Janice's ultimate attack. Just powerful dark damage against all foes. And that was also his ultimate attack he used against us back when we fought him in the Middle Ages. It's very nice that he was able to reclaim this skill after he lost a good deal of his power from Lavos. And now that we have this available to us, I think it'd be a good opportunity to showcase some things with our different party formations. Given that we now have quite a few things that would be useful to us. So, some of the equipment we managed to gather over the course of the game are these gemstones, which allow our party to use new triple techs that we wouldn't be able to use before. We're going to go ahead and equip the black gemstone to Janice, as now we can see we're able to use Eternal Darkness. That's a skill he does with Marl and Luca. So we're going to go ahead and bring these two in. Yeah, this is something I wanted to do just to give all of our characters a chance to shine throughout the adventure. And how about we change up Ayla's gear? Something I could have done was I could have tried to grind for some more of the ruby armor, because that would have been really nice with its resistances it gives you, but we should be fine going forward. Alright, so let us proceed onward. Oh, we got another one of these things. So, we're not able to use our techs against you, so we're just gonna focus on striking down the nomads. Yeah, it's gonna be a little while before I get to show off the thing I really want to show off, but don't worry, we'll get there eventually. It's still pretty nasty fighting these things now, because we're not able to use our items, which means it is very tricky having to deal with these things, because they'll just keep blasting you and there's nothing you can do to recover. And eventually, the enemies will escape. So the nomads managed to flee, but can we take care of the Watcher? There we go. So only going to get a bit of what we could get. Learn Antipode Bomb free. Ooh, that's going to be good. So that skill with Luca and Misty, combining Ice 2 and Flare. That's basically their ultimate tech that they can use together. Oh, we are definitely going to be using that in a bit. Just heal up since we took a big beating against the Watcher and its cronies. And let's press onward. Really? Another one? I am never going to get to show off what I want to using this party, am I? It's a shame, too, because these guys have had such high evasion. Ugh. It's very irritating. But yeah, like I was saying about the announcements, one of the things that was announced that I am quite excited for is we got our first preview of the Bluey movie. Which, for those that don't know, Bluey is a kids show that's become very popular in this day and age for a variety of reasons. Mainly because it's a very well-made show, and also it just has a lot of good lessons that it teaches people, and people really connect to the characters and whatnot. And I'm definitely excited for it because, you know, it's just a property that I have a lot of respect for. And from the trailer we got to show, oh man, the design of the characters in Bluey are something that I thought wouldn't translate very well to 3D. But I gotta give it to the creators of this movie, as they managed to actually make the character designs look very good. Anyway, time to show off Eternal Darkness. It's a powerful magic attack against all foes. That is what I wanted to show off. So you have just powerful damage with this party. Man, is it good. And Misty and Luca have also learned a triple tech, so how about we use that in the next battle here? Let's got ourselves some more mutants to deal with, but we should be fine. Alright, let's go. Antipode Bomb free. Just a massive blast of fire and ice. Two opposing elements, but brought together. Oh, those two survived. Great. Can we lightning these guys? I wonder if these guys work similar to the enemies we encountered on the... Oh, never mind. We're not going to get to find that out. But yeah, they reminded me a lot of enemies we encountered in the Ocean Palace that have resistances to certain types of magic. But thankfully, we're able to deal with that. Alright, so now we showed off that gemstone triple tech. How about we go for the blue gemstone? So that will grant us the triple tech Omega Flare, which we can do alongside Luca and Robbie. Alright, so let's bring our big metal trash can into the party, and we should be good for the next fight. Alright, seems we got a teleporter room of some kind. Step in here and warp to the next level. Don't believe there's anything else around here we need to worry about, so we should be good to just go forward. Oh, would you look at this? We got ourselves the elevator from before. So yeah, this is definitely some familiar scenery from when we were back on the Ocean Palace. So got these guys to deal with here. Let's go for Omega Flare. Some powerful dark damage to these enemies. Really? Don't tell me these guys have high resistance to dark. Alright, let's try Flare. We'll just use our regular skills and see what we're able to do. Okay, that actually worked. So I guess they had really high resistance to dark element. And we learned a new dual tech from that. So that was double bomb, I believe. Combining Megaton Bomb with the Proximity Bomb. Okay, that's quite nice. So now that we're down here, just press onward. Oh, not another one of these guys. Definitely some of my least favorite enemies in the game are the ones that cast Omni Lock on you. I mean, you get good experience in TP if you manage to kill them. But they also just have such high evasion, so it makes it really difficult to actually get the good stuff from them. And if you get unlucky, then you won't get to benefit at all from them. Yeah, they're just annoying. Alright, the Nomad got away, but we should be able to take out the Watcher. Yeah, we got a little bit from that guy. At the very least, we don't need to worry about TP at this point, since we managed to max out all of our attacks. But, yeah, that is something we got to worry about. Let's give you a handful of regular potions to heal you up from that, buddy. And let's see what else we can do. Oh, come on. I want to try and show off the text that we've been building up over the course of this playthrough. And I can't do that if you're just gonna send these enemies at us. So irritating. But like I was saying before, I'm really excited for the Bluey movie. It was definitely a series I thought with the character designs wouldn't translate too well to 3D. But my god, they actually managed to make them look amazing. So I am quite excited for that. And just thinking about some of the other things they announced. I'm not really too excited for Coco 2, especially because I haven't seen the original Coco. But I do know what that movie is about. And they also announced Incredibles 3, which I do really like the Incredibles series. And I'd definitely be excited to see some more of this world and its characters. At the same time, I'm not really excited for anything that Brad Bird will be working on very recently due to reasons I don't feel like discussing at the moment. We get a Mega Elixir from that chest. Very thankful for that. And over here we got another one of these robots to deal with. This shouldn't be too bad. I don't know if we'll be able to use the double bomb here. It would depend on if we're able to get these enemies in attack range. Yeah, they're not close enough, or... No, actually, we don't have enough MP on one of our guys. Okay, so we'll have to get that back up. But how about we try Electrocute, now that we have that on Robbie. So that will, of course, do electric damage against all opponents. And let's see how that does. Oh, that is so cool. Wow, that actually did a lot. Nice work, Robbie. And against the remaining two, we don't have to worry too much about our damage here. These are just small fry. Okay, we definitely need to give some more MP to this crew. Don't worry, we have plenty of MP restoring items that we've accumulated over the course of this journey. So should be able to have plenty of options for the fight ahead. 30,000 G. I don't even know if there's a shop on board the Black Omen. I mean, I doubt that the Queen would think to make this place a shopping mall. Or at least have that included within the blueprints. Yep, we can use Double Bomb here. So this just does a massive amount of fire damage within close proximity to Robbie. Definitely pretty nice, but yeah, pretty situational given its poor range. Now, we're not going to need Janice for the next triple tech I want to show off, so we can go ahead and pull you from the party for now. Yeah, we'll give you the Golden Stud since we're mainly going to be using you for your techs. And we can give you the Silver Gemstone. Sure, we can do that. Now, for the next party that we're going to do, want to have Wart and Ayla in the party, alongside Robbie. Sure, it'll be nice to bring this crew in for a bit. And how's your current... Ooh, Ayla, you are really hurting here. Let's heal you up, girl. Just use all of our basic-ass potions since we're not going to be using them in the endgame here. Okay, that should be good. And we got some more small fry to deal with. Alright, so this next triple tech, the Spin Strike, only attacks a single enemy, sadly. But just combines all of their physical skills together to do devastating damage against a single target. Pretty nice, but also pretty impractical, all things considered. Ooh, how about we try out the triple kick now we have this available to us? And we learned drop down. So, who is able to learn that? Not you. So, that seems like something that... Yep, it combines this party. Alright, so that's going to be a good physical skill we can use with that formation. Alright, I guess we'll be using this party for a little bit. Oh, come on! Not these guys again! I am so tired of fighting nomads and watchers. These are definitely up there as some of the most annoying enemies in the game. I do not like these chumps. Okay, we got one of the nomads at least. Can we get the other one before it flees, though? That is the question. Got a critical hit from warts. That's nice. And we took you out. Alright, so we're gonna get the full experience gains from this crew, it seems. And another critical hit. Very nice. God, wart is really hurting right now. Starting to think I should have brought some more healing items into this place. I mean, we have plenty of MP restoring items, and we got plenty of healers. Oh, also we have lapis. We have so many lapis. Yeah, I'm not too concerned. Alright, what do we got here? Okay, they're just mechanical enemies. Alright, that guy is gonna cast Stop on you. That's actually perfectly fine considering the party I want to do here. So let's test out Drop Down. And then you can Electrocute. So that is just a powerful physical skill against a single enemy. Yeah, you can definitely see why some of the triple techs that we obtained are pretty situational with the way they're able to attack enemies. But at the very least, we got some good stuff. And just getting to show off all the different moves we can do with our parties is always very nice. So now we've shown off all of the gemstone triple techs. Alright, Robbie, what are we gonna do? We can give you the muscle ring, and that will max out your stamina, make you easily the most defensive party member we got. Yeah, let's go for that. Okay, let's bring Marl in. And what are we gonna do? I guess we'll swap out Wart for now. Just kind of thinking how I want to use my party for the next couple of sections here. We'll just freely switch around some of our characters every now and then. Especially every time we enter a new room, I feel like would be a nice way to just bring in someone new and see what they're capable of in these different battles. Also, I still haven't shown off the triple kick. Let's do this. So that is, of course, Ayla's ultimate tech, dealing very good damage against a single target. Definitely very nice. Oh boy, we're already going to need to refill our MP looking at our party right now. Let's give some mid-ephers to this crew. Alright, there's a chest with a magic crest. So I believe that is an accessory. Increases magic and magic defense. That would certainly be very good on Misty. Yeah, you're one of our main spellcasters, so we'll go ahead and give you that. So I think that's everything we can deal with in this room. Got all the items we need, fought all the enemies. Let's press on. Ooh, more loot. Got a vigilance hat and an elixir. Pretty sure we don't need to worry about our headgear at this point. Yeah, we got everything we need from that, so we're good. Let's press onward. Ooh. get Nova Armor, and a Mega Elixir. That's some quite good stuff there. So, that new armor we got prevents all status ailments. It's weaker than the Moonbeam armor, so might give that to someone else. Yeah, we can give that to Robbie. So, having that and the Vigilance hat is a little redundant. But nothing else really seems all that good for you, so yeah, I guess that'll be fine. Just give you even more defense, because why not? So we have a chance to use a shelter, so I'm going to go ahead and take it. In fact, let's swap around a few of the other party and try to refill their stuff. I think Chrono is fine. We don't need to worry about using a shelter on him, but everyone else could definitely use these. Yeah, I think this party should be fine for what's ahead. Alright, let us go for it. Oh, hey there. What will you do? So apparently we do have a shop in this area. And that's very good because I am desperately running low on items. From this point forward, just buy whatever you feel like will be necessary. We got so much ahead of us. So be sure to get whatever you need. Oh, 3 of you in a place like this. You have a long journey ahead of you, so please rest here a while. If you wish to escape from the Omen, I'll see what I can do. So that is how you're able to flee from this place. And we got a haste helm. Ooh, that could be good. So that will halves time between turns. So basically just increases how often you're able to attack. That'd be really darn good. You know, Robbie, we have the Nova armor on you, so yeah, how about we give you the haste helm? That'll definitely be nice since he's typically the slowest party member, so that is really darn good. And yeah, apparently Queen Zeal was nice enough to include a shopping mall here on the Black Omen. Also, you have a quick way of getting back outside if you feel like you need to get anything else before going forward. But we should be good. This place is certainly looking nice. And what do we have here? Oh! Got another one of these things. That is a Blubber Hulk. Okay, sure. Sure, let's go for a red needle against this guy. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, and that thing does a lot of damage. Okay, so shadow magic, definitely not the way to go. Lesson learned. Learned line bomb and frog flare. Ooh, nice. I guess we haven't been using this particular party in a while, so makes sense we get some new skills with them. So yeah, lesson learned, do not use shadow magic against those guys. But yeah, but they are using the same model. Really? We're bringing this guy back. So sure, we got ourselves Gado's twin brothers, who also like the color blue for some reason. Luckily, we shouldn't have to worry about their confused skills here. But yeah, this is pretty fun actually encountering Gados as like a normal enemy. So let's go for a line bomb. Woo! That was cool! Let's got this shield guy over here. Nope, it's actually a bunch of them. So they shouldn't be too bad to deal with. Just target the ones that are not defending themselves, and you should be good. Hey, cut that out, buddy. Come on, I need you to expose yourself. I know that sounds rather dirty, but it's a legitimate strategy in this game. Stop that! Come on! You are really trying my patience over here, you little gremlin. There we go. And Janice levels up from that. And look what we got here, a bunch of snakes. Unfortunately, we weren't able to avoid that. Alright, let's go for Frog Flare. Just combining both of their ultimate skills to do some devastating fire damage. Very good indeed. And we get a Zodiac Cape. I've already gotten one of these before. So that is defense as well as magic defense. But I believe that only is for the ladies. I would certainly max out your magic defense if we equip that. But we should be fine. Alright, so we've shown off everything that Luca and Wart should be able to do, so how about we swap around some other guys? Let's get Misty and Robbie, perhaps. Just want to see how many dual techs we're able to get before the end here. Or never mind, we got these assholes to deal with. Yeah, these enemies really do just make the entire battle system of this game, which I said before, I love the battle system, but this just reduces it to just mash A and hope that you kill the enemy, which is something you don't want to see in an RPG. So frickin' stupid. And, of course, he's going to escape. Boo. Okay, that's going to take out Robbie. Poor guy. That's fine. We have plenty of Athenian water. I make... Oh, never mind. You know what, let's start using our lapises. We got plenty of these things, so might as well. And we'll give you a high potion, and we should be good. Ooh, let's see what these guys got for us. Alright, so I know we do not want to use magic against these guys. But against the small fry, let's see what we can do. Alright, Misty, you're gonna need to heal up Janice because he's been taking a beating. But we should be good. And then Rob. You go a rapid fire fist. Oh yeah, it is quite unusual actually being able to do attacks with Robbie so much faster thanks to his current equipment. That is so good. Wow, that guy is still not dead. I'm trying to think about some other things that we could discuss at the moment. There is one particular bit of news that I could say. Oh man, this would definitely drag down the mood of this stream by quite a bit. But yeah, it was announced pretty recently that a certain actress, you may know her as Hayden Panettiere, she tragically passed away very recently, and oh man, I was really hit hard by this news. Like, she has been in quite a lot of stuff, and most notably for a lot of people, she played Kairi in the first couple of Kingdom Hearts games, and yeah, it's definitely very sad to hear that she is gone. Especially because of how young she was, all things considered. Like, she was only 36. God, that is just... It's a very unfortunate thing to actually get to hear about. I am... God, I don't know what else to say. I'm just really heartbroken about what happened to her. Grab another Megalix over there. And, great, we got more of these fuckers to deal with. Look at this! We got so many nomads and watchers we gotta fight. They're just gonna waste our time being a bunch of assholes. But I don't care about the nomads. Let's just focus on the watchers, since these guys don't run away. At least, I think. They have certainly not run away as often as the nomads. Okay, we take care of those guys, and then we can focus on the small fry. Or they could just run away, because screw me. God, they're so annoying! Get out of here! I mean, we got something from that fight, but meh. And looked like there was no dual text we could have gone with this crew. I mean, we could bring Chrono in. I don't know if we have much else that we can learn with this party. We can get a power crest. So that increases strength as well as stamina. I'm thinking I might actually give that to Rob. So yep, that will still keep your stamina maxed out while also improving attack. That is really good. Oh, I am so happy about that. So that should be everything we need in this area. And then we got these guys to deal with. And we got another one of these guys. It's pretty interesting seeing just a regular enemy getting demoted to... So yeah, these guys are immune to shadow damage, but I don't think they have resistances to other elements. So let's go for an ice sword. Bam! Took that guy out pretty easily. And Crono is definitely going to need some heals after this. Can you stop using Osmose? That's so annoying. You know what? Let's just go for Frenzy. This will do a lot to these guys. Bam. I do not want to waste my time with this small fry, considering what we got coming up. So I don't know how much longer we're going to be going in this session. I was thinking we could probably be done with the Black Omen before the end of this session. But we're already an hour and a half into things, so we could probably go a little longer, and then we'll call it for a little while, and then later this week we can come in and see if we can finish things off. Alright, let's bring Ward back into the party for now. I feel like he and Hayden haven't had much of a time to shine over the last couple of battles that we've been doing. I definitely like this crew. They definitely had a pretty interesting journey together, with Chrono helping to inspire Wart to take up his sword again and actually fight for justice. I can definitely see Wart being kind of a mentor figure to Chrono, considering that he's been a lot more experienced, and yet also Chrono, being so much younger, can also inspire Wart in a lot of situations. I think they have a pretty fun dynamic. I said this before, but it'd be really nice to get a proper Chrono Trigger animated series. Like, all we got before was an OVA, but that one really didn't have too much involved with it. Just kind of seeing a bunch of different Chrono Trigger enemies kind of dicking around at the Millennial Fair. Now we dealt with those guys, we can grab this, a speed capsule. Ooh, that's good. Just want to make sure we're not missing anything in this room. Okay, that should be everything we can get around here. Very good. And that speed capsule... Yeah, Wart, you could definitely use some extra speed, my man. Alright, let's try these two out. For whatever reason, it feels like it's been a while since we used Crono and Luca in the same party. I don't know why. Let's give Speed Capsule to Luca. She is one of our primary spellcasters, so that's always good. And if we head up here, we will get warped up to another level within the base. Yeah, this is certainly a long dungeon. It's been longer than anywhere else that we have been on this journey. It's gonna need to bring down that barrier, I think. Now, where are we gonna go to get that? Oh, geez, look at these freaks. So definitely some horrifying monsters over here. Just, what are these character designs? God. So I'm not too sure what these guys would be weak to, but we'll just try our best here. Uh-oh, these guys have a magic counter. That's not good. Alright, let's do Fire Sword. It seems like just the little blob guys will counter. So those are Gosh. Yeah, of course they are. And let's try Fire Sword too. So those guys counter physical attacks. And they can one-shot your party members. Ooh, that's nasty. So you want to strike those guys with magic, and the small ones with physical skills is what I am getting at here. Oh boy, that was pretty scary. But we made it through that. Okay, Janice, you're gonna need healing, and also we need to give some MP to the party. Just a couple of these should be good. We have plenty of ethers, so definitely got them to spare. Very good. Grabbed an elixir over there, getting even more MP restoration, which I appreciate. God, I see what we're gonna have to fight over here. Can we not? Grab a speed capsule there, at least. And we got more of these mutant freaks to deal with. So, we want to use magic attacks against these guys. So, you know what? We got plenty of MP. Let's just Luminaire. Then you can cast Electrocute and Lightning. Yep, that handles those guys pretty easily. Learned Megavolt Dual Tech. So now we got Electrocute on Robbie. We're able to get that one. And another Mega Elixir. Very nice. Very good indeed. So I would definitely like to show that off in the next battle we do. But, oh boy, we got ourselves another fight in our hands. So let us go forward and see what we got. It's got another one of these creatures. I don't know if this is the one that gave me a lot of trouble the first time I played this game, but it certainly could be bad. We're just gonna blast this guy and see what we're able to do. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Alright, so let's try Megavolt. Combining both of their electric skills together to do devastating damage. Woo, very good. I think this guy might counterattack if you strike him. At least the upper body. It'll try to drain your HP with its tongue. But this one shouldn't be too bad. Just keep hammering away at it and we should be good. Okay, you two. Yeah, let's do a Cyclone Sweep. We definitely have plenty of... Oh, wow. So I think this guy has high physical defense, so we're going to want to strike at him with magic. Lesson learned. Again, that's an aspect about this game where sometimes you just don't know what's going to be the most effective strategy against an enemy your first time going through it. Ooh, this guy has Life Shaver. So that's nasty. So we're going to need to heal you up. Thankfully, Robbie is here to heal the party. That didn't heal you by too much. Ugh. Let's try a Dark Bomb, and then... Chrono, you go for Luminaire. And then we'll have Robbie try to heal up Janice some more. Yeah, we're definitely seeing that these mutant creatures can be very stressful to deal with. There we go. We actually managed to take it out. Very good. And we got to level up on Robbie for dealing with that monster. Alright, I think we might have all of the dual techs we can do with Chrono. Trying to think about it, it seems like every character has at least 3 dual techs they're able to use with each character. Just want to look at the different party formations we currently have. And it could be a good way to glean what we're able to obtain. Yeah, I'm starting to think that we have obtained everything we can possibly get with our party. Oh, nope. It seems like Luca and Ayla are still missing a tech between the two. You know what? I'm thinking we could try one more battle, and then we're gonna call it for this session. Just looking at the options we have available to us, I feel like that would be a thing we could try. So let's see what we got up ahead. It's got another teleporter. Okay, we should be fine. Just want to do one battle with this crew and see what we're able to get. Ooh, we got another elevator. And we got these guys. As I recall, we shouldn't have too much trouble against them. We just have to avoid using shadow magic against them, and we should be fine. So I know from experience that they get cooked from fire. Very good. Janice leveled up, and we learned Blaze Kick. Oh boy, we got more of these guys. Alright, let's try Blaze Kick. So that should be strong fire damage against a single target. Bam! That was really good. And that should be the last dual tech we're able to get in the game. As I said before, Janice does not have any dual techs. And you're only able to use a triple tech, so with him using specific gemstones. So there's not much you're able to get with him in the party. It's definitely very cool seeing all the different combinations you can do with everybody. And I'll probably be switching around to some of our other party formations to see if we can get some additional triple techs. Yeah, at this point we could probably give Janice a bit of a break. He's definitely been through a lot for us. But I don't know if it's going to be a ways away until the next save point. So yeah, can we actually head back down? Okay, I guess we're gonna be fighting these guys on our way down, sure. You can go for the line bomb. Why not? That's definitely one of my favorite techs, conceptually, just Aluka firing off all these bombs and then having Frog carry the explosion as he slashes at the enemies. Oh, that's so good. But yeah, while we're just going through this elevator segment again, what's something else that we can talk about? So I've been playing some more Fields of Mystria, and I'm about in the middle of winter now of my first year. And it's certainly been very fun. I definitely adore this game a lot, and yeah, I've been definitely making some good progress with building up relations with people, as well as making some good story progress, which obviously has been very fun. Been enjoying this game a heck of a lot, and I know I'm going to have even more fun with it in the future. But yeah, like I said before, this is probably where we are going to be calling this session here. We've definitely been going on for a lot, and we are still nowhere near done the Black Omen. I am fairly certain we are about halfway done this area, so yeah, we can look forward to seeing the grand finale of Chrono Trigger in the next session. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope you're all looking forward to it. So yep, next time we return to Chrono Trigger, we will finally take down Queen Zeal, and then we will take the fight to Lavos. Until next time, have a good day, and take care.